I'm Jeff. I traveled from Austin, Texas to Nimiakaya, to Pucallpa. And it's hard to say exactly what brought me here, but in some ways it felt like it was culminating, coming up through me for some time, wanting to work with this medicine in particular. I had had some explorations in non-ordinary states, but never worked with the medicine that's used at Nimiakaya. And found myself poking around the internet, looking at reviews, reading all kinds of things, but there was a sense in just what I had heard and what I had read from all this vast information that there was a real familial element to the way things are done at Nimiakaya. That you enter into a space, and I felt it when I got here, that you're just held from the moment you get out at the airport and your needs are taken care of. Because working with this medicine is hard work. I personally was in a big transition in my life, wrapping up a decade plus corporate career that was not satisfying, moving to a new town, diving deeper into a new romantic partnership, and just feeling like I was at this point of meaningful transition, but also recognizing I was a beginner in everything I was doing, and also recognizing this need for healing and this need for going more intensely down my spiritual path. Not that I was struggling too much, but I keep coming back to this notion that you don't have to be sick to get better. And I felt this calling to come and get better with the folks at Nimiakaya. And I think, fortunately, my inclination was dramatically affirmed, and I was held in ways that I couldn't have imagined. From simple things like having every meal cooked for me and having those be delicious, having them be part of the dieta, having them be cooked with local fruits and vegetables by the hands of beautiful people in the kitchen, to big things, and that meant working with these wildly wise and caring and attuned shamans who are really just embodiment of healing and care. And it starts from the first moment when you meet the shamans to when you see them the morning after the ceremony, and they're just smiling and making sure you had a good, complete experience and that you're really actually feeling healed. And then just the power of the team of facilitators is so moving. And they're just all living in their gifts, sharing those gifts in so many forms, whether it's the morning yoga or it's song or it's just wise conversation or just presence and listening. It does everything to give you the safety to be able to do the work that you come here to do. And the work shows up in mysterious ways. And the medicine, having never worked at it before, was so deeply healing and so surprising and so mysterious in the ways that it showed up. So radically different from any Western medicine that I'd ever come to, and just so much more seeking the root of issues. From the very kind of surface level things that I came here for, which was I've always struggled with back and neck pain. And my spine was re-erected in my very first ceremony. I was like, oh, this is the ceremony where trust is established. And I felt so trusting thereafter that it just allowed me to go deeper and deeper into my grief, into my faith, into aspects of my being and my connection to everything else that I never thought I could have approached. Even thinking back a few years ago when I really thought of myself as just a very cynical, sort of nihilistic materialist who didn't think there was much beyond this world that I see. This medicine, this center, these humans, this nature and jungle that surrounds me, and the sounds and the animals, the sloths, the lizards, the monkeys, the dogs, the cats, all pointed me to just such a deep richness that I'm just so grateful for. And so Nimiakaya created that space. I chose, thankfully, to enter that space, and my life won't be the same after this experience. And so I'm just so deeply grateful.